we have the brainstem. This is the oldest part of the brain and is responsible for automatic survival functions and contains the pons, medulla, and reticular formation. Next, we have the medulla. It is at the base of the brainstem and it controls heartbeat and breathing. Above it is the pons, which allows for communication between the cerebellum, the cerebral cortex, and the brainstem. It is important for sleep and arousal. Next, we have the reticular formation, which is a band of nerve fibers that runs through the brainstem and controls arousal levels. The cerebellum is the structure of the hindbrain that coordinates voluntary muscle movement.
The thalamus receives all incoming sensory information and relays it to the cortex. The basal ganglia works with the cerebellum and the cerebral cortex to control voluntary movement. The hypothalamus is a structure of the limbic system, responsible for maintenance of survival, such as eating, drinking, and body temperature. The pituitary gland is the master gland below the thalamus and hypothalamus, and it controls many other glands. The hippocampus is a structure in the limbic system, which serves for memories. The amygdala is above the pituitary gland and controls your anger or fear, as well as your fight or flight response. The corpus callosum connects the two hemispheres of the brain and allows for communication. The cerebral cortex is the most developed part of the brain, and it serves for complex processes such as planning and learning.
The frontal lobe is for motor and higher-level thinking. The parietal lobe is for sensing touch. Occipital lobe is used for processing visual, sensory, and images. The temporal lobe is used for hearing and taste and is placed right behind the ears. The broca is responsible for motor and speech, and Wernicke's area is responsible for comprehension and interpreting language. The motor cortex is in the rear of the frontal lobe and directs voluntary movement on the opposite side of the body. The somatic sensory cortex is at the front of the parietal lobe and processes body touch and mixed sensations.